Should we
So, Sutekh.
stop? After this episode, let's go stand outside 73 yards apart and see what happens.
Why did you say stop it? You stopped it just so you could say that nonsense?
You said stop.
I did not say stop.
Hello.
Hey there.
Hey there. Guess what we just watched? We watched Empire Death.
I was like, did you want me to answer? I was like, did you
Well,
want,
you know which
did you
one
want,
we watched
did you want
too.
me or did you want the audience to answer?
Yeah, guess. We'll give you 3 guesses. Welcome to Timey-Wimey Talks.
With you girls.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Tyara.
Okay.
Okay, so this was the finale.
This is the finale. And how do you feel?
I don't really know. I just feel like there was so many breadcrumbs in the season that I wanted this reveal to be like absolutely exciting and crazy.
It didn't like hit me as hard as I wanted.
There wasn't many moments where I was screaming at the camera or like at the TV, like in utter disbelief.
Yeah.
It was more of a letdown to the buildup of the whole entire season.
And there were some good parts, don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking back to RTD's like other finales. Like he told us to rewatch Bad Wolf.
He told us to do so much homework.
That was so good.
For what?
I forgot how much I loved those episodes. But
was there anything in any of the previous episodes that you felt like you needed to watch for this finale?
To be honest, no. I mean, you know, we saw the time vortex again, and then from the pyramids of Mars, you know, but they did show it to us on the little TV.
Yeah, so it was like everything that you really needed to know, the background was shown in the episode. So for you to make me do hours of extensive research.
And what I thought too, I've made a note from the Bells of St. John. That was like one of the ones he wanted us to watch. And the client of, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Bells of St. John, it's Clara and the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, and they kind of get uploaded to this like Wi-Fi network. Like if you connect to the Wi-Fi network, you get sucked into the Wi-Fi, and then people are uploaded and basically killed. But what I thought, because at the end of that episode, it's the great intelligence from like the snowmen and stuff. And I read the wiki, and he was a great old one, the elder god before the doctors, an elder god before the doctor's universe. And I just thought that maybe Sutekh would have done the same thing, like with the S Triad network, where he is trying to carry out the same plan, but it was like too early initially, and like Sutekh was working with the great intelligence or something. So I was just kind of confused why we watched it again.
There was a lot of things in the episode where I was like, but why did you put that in there if there wasn't going to be a reveal onto what it was at the end?
Yeah.
Like the whole S Triad thing. What was that? What was the technology that she was going to release? Like she was just super smart and was just going to release free technology, and then Sutekh stopped her from
I'm guessing
free technology.
It came to her in her dreams or something, maybe. Like,
and it was like she was supposed to be there in that moment.
And this 2024 is when everything culminates. And
to me, I just feel like it wasn't necessary to have her do this whole. I mean, maybe it was to get the doctor's attention to come to that moment in time. But to me, I just thought that this technology was going to release something or maybe help.
And it went how we thought, where Sutekh has been traveling with the TARDIS the entire time. Years and years and years and years. Every single adventure. The way he just moves the TARDIS.
I know. It's just like, because it's so heavy. Like, it's not like movable.
I don't know. How did you feel about that? Like, he's just kind of been sitting there. I'm just trying to think back to other episodes where like something's gone wrong with the TARDIS, and you know, when I watched Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways, and Rose opens the time vortex in the TARDIS, and I thought that maybe, you know, Sutekh was trapped in the time vortex, that when Rose opened it, that's when Sutekh was able to like come out and like inhabit the TARDIS or whatever. then again, they might not be connected. I don't know, but I'm just trying to think of the times when like the TARDIS has been offline, or like in Matt Smith's episodes. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I was watching my episodes to watch. We split the episodes to watch.
Yeah.
Was A Good Man Goes to War. I don't think that was what it was called, but that was like a huge theme in the episode.
What was that one about?
It was about. It was
Matt Smith.
Yeah, Matt Smith was in there. Ruby and Amy and Rory, and they had the baby, and we find out River Song. We found out River Song's baby name. So I was like, okay, maybe Rivers. I don't even know. It was like When a Good Man Goes to War, and then it had like this whole soliloquy, or whatever, and he was like angry and vengeful, and it was too easy.
Well, and maybe it also kind of reflects the thing at the end where Ruby's like, I love you, and the doctor like just looks at her and says nothing. Maybe he's like reevaluating, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't throw that around. I've gone through a lot of different loving relationships where, I had a whole ass wife. Like, I don't know, maybe he's like, I gotta be more careful with that, like making sure that people don't get too attached to me as well. Like, because if I tell them that I love them, then they're gonna just keep waiting for me forever. Right, I feel like Clara would wear that exact same outfit.
That's what I'm saying. And she's like, I don't care about William, who works at Home Depot. I don't care about William, who's mowing his lawn every Sunday.
I do not care about that.
It's probably not.
I just save everyone in the universe.
You think I care about your dad?
Sorry.
I don't know. That I love you is a little bit much.
Maybe he's being a little more careful because.
Dude, the crying. Bro, why are we crying?
We're drunk right now. We're taking so many shots. And so maybe he does, and he just didn't say it. But
I don't know.
There wasn't
really anything in any of the episodes that I feel like was crucial to this episode, or to really understand what was going on,
and
or like
stick around.
Caught my eye really.
Yeah,
like we took a lot of notes about what happened in the 5 episodes that Russell T Davis had us recommend before we watched it, and nothing really connected for me. Like, I mean, there was like similar themes.
And did he say it connected, or did he say like it just gave the same kind of feelings?
Maybe it was the same feeling. To me, if you're telling me to watch stuff, I'm hoping that you're going to connect it somehow.
I just feel like the other finales have been so good, and this one just kind of fell a little.
It fell off
below the bar. Yeah. What I didn't understand too was how, people start. We kind of talked about it while we were watching, like the how people kind of start fading away and their memories keep fading away. Like, why did everybody? Maybe because the blast was like super close, like when Kate died and everyone in the unit got turned to dust.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
COVID-20.
It's giving PTSD to COVID.
Everybody stay inside. Grab your masks.
What Dr. Fauci thought would happen if we didn't stand 6 feet apart.
Exactly. 73 yards. Look, we were screaming when Kate died.
When Kate died, we're like,
no! Kate! Hi! I'm like, not Kate. It can't be her.
Like anybody but Kate.
Yeah, bro. Yes. And yeah, I didn't really write that many notes for this.
Is that all you have?
No, I mean, I've got Kate, no.
Kate,
that's
don't
my
die.
first note.
All we cared about was Kate, no, don't die.
Oh,
no! We didn't care about any of them. We're like, the Okay, we have like Mrs. Flood at the beginning of the episode.
Mrs. Flood's a cliffhanger.
Mrs. Flood is still a cliffhanger to what's to come. So it's like, okay, so RTT gave us some answers, but he didn't give us all the answers.
Which is, I'm okay with that. Honestly, I'm okay. I just wish he gave us more answers.
I just wish he gave us like a...
Because we still have to wait till...
a jaw-dropping, like,
yeah, exactly. Like an amazing reveal. Like the reveal that her mother was like actually just normal and we just give things meaning. Like, yeah, okay, heartfelt, like that's cute.
I know.
And everybody's important, but...
I just didn't expect Ruby's mother to be like looks like she leads a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean?
She's just a lady.
She's Brenda from the mall. She's like Brenda, the one who sells Mary Kay.
Yeah. And she never tried to find you.
And she's the hey girl.
Do you know what LuLaRoe is?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like she's given basic. And like I get it. That was kind of the point, was that she's basic and she's normal. Yeah. It was just kind of funny that Ruby was just like,
this is all hinging on her, you know, like, and we're all like,
but I just thought, and she's like, my mom is normal. She's like, which is good. And I was like, yeah, you're not special.
You wish. Like, you wish.
She's like, but I thought maybe, and we were like, doctor was like, you thought wrong. Like, she's, and then your doctor's William, who
I thought maybe it could be Roger William,
who works at Home Depot, you know.
Yes,
who works at your local tube store.
I'm just a little underwhelmed, and yes, we keep saying that, but at the same time, it's like we still have to wait until what, like Christmas for the next one? Give us something else.
I know. I mean, we got a mystery of like Mrs. Flood, which was like kind of fun at the end. Like we know she's evil, and she's like, the terror is yet to come. We just fought the god of like death,
and for sure,
and she's not the terror to come. Like what?
We're okay. So I guess they're just setting up all the gods for the next season or whatever. But it was really fun.
I thought the theme of gods was good for this season. Are we still doing the theme of gods for next season?
I think so. Because
you know what I mean?
They didn't come in like, and also what happened to them when Sutekh killed everyone?
Okay, in my head, this is what the finale was going to happen. We're going to bring back the god of games. We're going to bring back the maestro.
And I thought, while I was watching the episode, I was like, are they going to help?
Are they going to? That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to help because at one point the toy maker looks scared in the episode that the one who's waiting is coming, and looks fearful of it. So in my head, he might call on all these other gods to fight this one demonic god. And to me, it just fell short because you led all these gods, and like the theme of religion was so
well, he asks us to do all this research and then it's like for nothing. Like, I don't know, we got our hopes up.
It's like you taking a test and your professor is like, you need to learn the whole book front to back.
Yeah, no,
and then just ask you to write your name on the paper.
No, exactly.
Are you kidding me?
You know that test that's like that they hand out? I'm sure everybody has done this one test in school where they hand it out and they're like, make sure you read all directions thoroughly before doing the test. And then you see like, you read it all the way at the end and it's like, turn this paper over and don't write anything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you're like, and then you see all the people
around you.
And I'm like, you idiot.
You dumb.
You so stupid.
You didn't follow directions. But we followed directions.
I know. We were people
pleasers. What did we get?
We were people pleasers.
Yeah.
Okay, look where we are. We're making Doctor Who podcasts.
We could talk about the small amount of notes I wrote. I have
let's talk about your small amount of notes.
My small amount of notes.
What happened to all the gods? You can't just make this a common theme in every single episode and just
drop it.
And just
like drop it.
I mean, like I get he was a god. There was the leader of the gods at the end. But like come on, bring him back. Have this whole battle because
I was a little confused, but I'm kind of starting to put it together. Like when the Doctor banishes Sutekh in the pyramids of Mars, you know, that is the time vortex, right? He sent him to like his own death, like way far. And did he just die this time because he dragged him through? Oh! Kill it! Yes!
Oh, they had a plan.
Yeah. I was like, that's why he took her out to the corridor.
Hallway, whatever.
They leashed him.
Oh, this whistle will come in handy.
Let's pull him around like a dog.
Or God.
God. Instead of just like letting him exist there. because he was like clawing at the sides of it, and he's seeing like the city and stuff.
He gets a whole tour of the land. He just gets
pulled like a dog and euthanized. Like I didn't understand why it didn't work the first time. And when he says, "I hitched a ride on the TARDIS," how'd you get out?
I don't remember in the classic Doctor Who where like he was in this pyramid thing or whatever, and I don't even remember him being connected to the TARDIS. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, if it's the time vortex, you know, but like in that episode of classic Doctor Who, it like burns up in flames.
Right.
And that little machine that he has that they first think that they kill Sutekh.
The pyramids of Mars. And they get out of there pretty quickly.
Yeah, and the whole place is burning. And the TARDIS isn't really, it's near there, but it's not really near there.
That's why I thought it would
so I don't know how he
Bad
hitched
Wolf
a ride.
in Parting of the Ways is where he like kind of climbed out of the time vortex, you know, on his way to his death, some timey-wimey stuff, forgetting timelines, and just like climbs out of the time vortex and hitches a ride.
So here's what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so like in The Good Man Goes to War, the Doctor collects on his debts for helping save like the whole entire universe.
Yeah.
So he goes to the u.n.i.t, he goes to all of these people to collect on debts like of him saving their their people.
Yeah.
And so in my head he's fighting this god. So he's calling the Daleks. He's calling the u.n.i.t. So in my head, maybe he's collecting on these debts, but then it just didn't happen. No one really helped him. It was just
him and Ruby and Mel.
Just him and Ruby and Mel.
And Spoon Lady.
And that was
R.I.P. Spoon Lady.
Like I wanted.
Oh no, she came back.
I wanted like a good man goes to war moments where everybody's in on this battle, and then like. Oh, because like when the Doctor goes to war, he's like blowing stuff up, and like it's
epic.
It's badass.
It's epic.
You know, like I want a good space battle where it's like pew 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 pew.
Well, and also,
I like how he doesn't use weapons, but in this case, this is such an intense battle when you're talking about the god of death, and it's the one who waits. You had such a build up to this monstrosity. Like, demon, like ultimate destroyer. Like I want everybody in on it. I want him to call them up, you know.
Call up the adipose.
Yeah, call up the fat babies and do a fat wall, like to protect her.
Build a fat wall. That's how we take down Sutekh. God.
So it's like, what?
I genuinely, I don't know. Well, and the fact that he said while he's dragging Sutekh through the time tunnel, or the time vortex, and he's like, "You turned me into a monster." I remember Christopher Eccleston though, and he was like vengeful, bro. He was like to the Daleks. He was like, "Why don't you just die?" And so he's like, "You turned me into a monster, Sutekh." It's like you were a monster before, and well, this season, granted, we were a little more PG. We were a little more savey wavy, but.
We saw him be a bit more vengeful at the end when he just closed the door on Sutekh and was like... He was
still crying. I like that
Let's take a shot.
That's funny, we both said shot, but I like that shot.
No, I was going to say, let's take a shot for every time he cries. I said...
I'll be drunk in the first 10 minutes. He was still sad.
He was contemplating letting Sutekh live and was like, I am better than you. And then...
I can't believe he was contemplating letting the god of death live.
He said the Doctor is looking at Sutekh and he's like, I'm better than you. And then almost like lets him live. And then he closes the door and then he's not better than Sutekh. And he lets Sutekh die.
Yeah.
And he said the Doctor almost at the end proclaims himself as the god of life. You know, because he stands there and was like, "You're the death, I'm the god of life." You said the
Doctor's gonna be like the good god, the good god,
of the season. Yeah. So he kind of did self-proclaim himself as a god, which is kind of cocky and full of himself.
What makes you so important? Oh, you saved all these people? Well, you killed them all too. So
I think he gets it from Ruby because she's also full of herself.
I guess so. Even travel. That's why he said goodbye at the end.
Yeah, he's like,
sorry, Ruby.
He said, Ruby, you're turning me into a monster.
Yeah, no, Sutekh didn't turn me into a monster. It's Ruby Sunday.
I think she's coming back next season, right?
Well,
I heard she was.
I mean, yeah, and Mundy's coming back, the soldier girl from.
Okay.
But so we got honestly
T.
At the end of this, there's gonna be 7 different companions because we got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday are yet to be seen. I don't know.
She heard Monday. She heard
theory.
Monday was coming back. And she's like,
but why?
Sunday, Monday.
But why? Like her name, Ruby's the holy one. Ruby's Sunday. She's the holy day, and then Monday.
I was like, no, it's Monday. I'm like, Alyssa.
But some people pronounce it that way. Like some people say like Wednesday, Thursday. There was a guy on a river trip that I went on, and I kept making fun of him because he would say like, "Can you do the dishes on Wednesday?" I'm like,
so you're like, maybe they're from a different culture and they pronounce it as Monday.
Maybe.
Monday. I think you're reaching there because I don't think you're gonna find another companion that's named Tuesday.
Tuesday. Wait.
Wednesday.
He's gonna go visit the Addams family for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday Addams. Jenna Ortega is gonna join the cast soon. Yep.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
Dude, clip this, and then when the next season comes out, I'll be like,
Jenna Ortega!
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know. So, the little moment, we're going back a little bit, but we kind of had a little heartfelt moment. The, like, biggest moment for us was when Mel was in the, like, memory TARDIS from the time window, and then she clutches the doctor's coat.
Oh, she remembers him and he was sad.
We were like, that's her doctor.
It's cute because it's like the doctor is still alive and is still there, but it's not her doctor, you know? And like she like holds onto the scarf and is just like... Yeah.
So it's kind of echoing what is going to happen to Ruby, like, and then why he didn't say I love you is because it's like, don't forget me, but live your life without me.
He reminds me of all of my situationships.
Still?
You know?
Yeah.
He's just like...
You turned him into a monster.
Yeah, he's just like... He's like, I'm gonna keep you around. I'm gonna let you go. And then I'm like, I love you.
I'm gonna let you finish.
And then
but
he's like, I'm like, I love you. And then he's like, I'm gonna go.
I'll see you at Christmas.
He said, and this is why I'm gonna let you go. Because you love me and I don't love you.
Mm-hmm. So, and also we thought, okay, so, William, her dad's last name is Garnet. I remember that now.
Okay, so is that a Wednesday or a Thursday?
Garnets and
Garnet in French means Thursday.
Garnets and rubies are red gemstones.
Okay.
So something. I'm sure I'll think of something after we're done filming this. Because that's what happened in the last video too. It's like, well, people are commenting too, which by the way, thank you. We appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
That really made our day.
Yeah, no, it really did.
We got a bunch of comments on the last video.
Yeah.
The Legend of Ruby Sunday.
And thank you for all of the information.
Yeah.
And if you guys have other input of things that we might have missed, feel free to roast our ass.
So true. Because we haven't watched Classic.
Yeah, because we haven't watched Classic.
I did watch an episode last night. I watched the 3-part episode, Frontier in Space, I think, and then the Master. Love that Master, by the way. He's so quirky. He's so much fun.
Well, look, Alyssa's doing her research.
I'm trying. Well, the only episodes I can watch, I should just go on the VPN or whatever. But right before I go to bed, there's this TV channel on Freevee that just plays Classic Who episodes.
Oh, wow.
You don't choose it, but yeah, Freevee. If anybody has Freevee, you can watch Classic Who 24/7 if you want to. Unfortunately, they don't play the newer episodes, but it's nice to do a little bit to be like, because in that episode, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was crazy because usually with like the new Who, they still have like the Master and other monsters that related back to Classic Who.
But it's fun to see like
so we haven't. So when we see them now, it's not like we've missed a lot, but we still have missed it. Especially in this episode, we missed a lot with Sutekh, and we had no idea, and we were making fun of whoever named Sutekh because what kind of demon is that?
Yeah, but I do really like Gabriel Wolf's voice though. How he voiced Sutekh the old version and the new version. I like it better now that he's like 90 something. It's like crackly.
In classic Who, Sutekh's voice was absolutely horrid. It was just sounded like, oh my gosh,
that killed me. No, honestly, best moment though. Ooh, let's give props to the hand that held down Sutekh's cushion
in the classic Who episode.
Yeah, let's give best actor.
You can see his hand in the classic Who episode. Sutekh stands up when he's guarded.
When he finally gets mobility.
On the chair, and he gets mobility. You can see like
there's a little hand holding his
pillow,
and then it goes
holding the handle. It's like
it's really funny. But I think the character I felt for most in this episode was Mel. I think Melanie did a really good job.
Oh no!
God, I forgot. You okay? So
No!
What changed? Sutekh was hidden for years. Why did he go on the attack? Who was she and why was she pointing at you?
Oh my god, you need to calm down.
Can y'all pay attention to Mel over there?
I like how they all each have like military like ish uniforms,
and then Melanie is
just like still in a
pajamas. She's depressed. Don't worry about it.
She's tired.
She's a good character this time. I don't know, just
I don't know,
acting, like how I felt it. Like it made me sad when she was like holding the coat. Well, it was like bittersweet or like melancholy or whatever. When she's holding the coat, when she's like tired and about to like die, I felt that, Mel, and we were really sad for her. We were like, oh, she's about to die. What's gonna happen? But
and then the doctor crying like 500 times, and we've all talked about this. We've talked about it in the comments about the doctor crying way too much. We were gonna say we should take a shot for every time the doctor cries.
Yeah, we liked it at first, but as the season goes on, it's a little
been
much.
A lot, and it was like 4 times in one episode. It's like, how many times are you gonna cry?
How drunk can we get?
No, seriously, that would have been 4 shots. I'm a lightweight. I'm 5'2". Like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm not there.
Done.
I'm non-existent.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, I wouldn't have, like, we would have recorded this whole thing, and I wouldn't have pressed record.
Probably.
That's
no,
how
I would have
gone
noticed.
I would have been.
So it's okay.
That's how bad, how messed up I would have been. But it's just, like we were saying in the comments, like, it's just overplayed. Like,
and Nishuti, you do a great job acting for sure. But now when I see things happen, I'm like, oh, why isn't he crying? This is a big moment. And then I realized I've been conditioned.
I conditioned to see him cry. No, I've thought the same way, where I'm like, oh, he's gonna cry because like it's sad.
Yeah.
But it's, doctor, like, you've seen so much, like, you're fine. Like, I don't know what it is that's hitting him so hard this season that he's just crying. I don't know if it's just Nishuti as an actor, like making him more sensitive. Boys can cry. Like,
I mean, because you go weeks between filming, and you film an episode over days and weeks and whatever. I don't really know. I'm not an actor, but maybe, until
maybe he's crying in real life.
Let me finish. You don't notice it until you finally see it on the screen, and then you've already filmed it all. So, like, what are you supposed to do? Try again next season.
But the producers are supposed to notice that.
That's true.
And say, like, hey, like, you're crying too much. Stop crying.
That's true.
Like,
that's true. It's not all on his shoulders.
It's not all on his shoulders.
RTD, like, what the hell?
The producers can make him do it over again for sure. And it just is like, exactly, we're expecting him to cry now, which is, I miss, like, how desensitized the doctor is. And like we were saying in the comments, like, in my head, empathy is like, me personally, like, I care so much, but I have a hard time expressing physical emotions. Yeah. Like, I care, but to me, if I can't relate to it, or like, I feel like maybe like I've gone through more, to me, I'm like, why are you crying?
No, seriously. And we've probably hugged 5 times over the entire friendship that we've had since 3rd grade. Like, she just doesn't, like.
But I care. I care so deeply. Yeah. So it's like, I relate to the doctor in the ways that, like, I show the way I care by hanging out with friends. I share in different ways. So, like, the doctor, he shows he cares by saving the universe. He doesn't have to physically cry or be emotional. He can still look at people and say like, why are you crying about that? Like, you know, like he could feel for you, but he doesn't like necessarily feel that emotion.
He doesn't feel the impact.
He's
impact. Sympathetic, but he's not empathetic.
Yeah, that's how I feel, and that's how I feel about the word empathy, where it's like I just can't get on that level as you. Whereas some people can like see somebody crying and they would cry themselves. You know, it's like if you puke, I puke because that's disgusting. But what we were saying also, what happened to the snow?
Right. So you were theorizing about it. You were thinking it was just Sutekh's little influence, like, I'm here, like, I'm listening in on what you're talking about.
That's not what I thought.
I thought that's what you were talking about. Okay, explain. What?
No,
She's just messing with me?
No. Okay, so what I thought was he's over listening all these conversations with Ruby and the mom, and it's like, what's happening? So he's like dropping the snow.
Maybe, maybe it's just the foreshadowing of where, you know, the moment that Sutekh finally appears is when they're in the time window on that snowy night where Ruby got dropped off. Maybe it was just foreshadowing for the viewers to, like, I don't know, just know what's coming, because Sutekh doesn't appear until they go to the time window and then it's the snowy night or whatever. Maybe it's just a guessing.
So maybe it was just a foreshadowing to the time window?
Yeah, I guess.
I just expected more then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. What was the snow?
Let us know what you guys think of the snow.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You guys know more than us.
Yeah, no. When we put our brains together, we can
figure this out.
We can achieve
so
anything
tell
we
me
want.
What the snow is and why. And when and why does the snow show up in certain moments and not others?
Right. Then maybe we have to go back.
Or maybe like somehow Ruby's attached to the time window, and when she's thinking really hard, it like the snow appears.
Maybe Sutekh brought the snow in for like the doctor to be like, oh my god, Ruby, you have to remember, so Sutekh could find out. And so he's dropping this like clue in to be like, remember, so that I know too,
your mom.
So that I know. Yeah, exactly, don't forget about this. Maybe it
why couldn't he kill the universe unless he figured out who the mom was? Was he just...
Bro, honestly,
was he just generally...
That was one of my big questions.
Was he just curious? He was like, I just need to know before you guys die. Before you
maybe
die.
He's like, well, Sutech's like us. We're expecting this whole big thing, super powerful lady. Like, what is Ruby? Like, is Ruby my downfall? Like, I can only find out if I know who her mother is, track down her mother, find that out, and then connect that to Ruby somehow. Maybe he was just like us. Sutekh is us. We are the gods of death.
He's like, what is Mary Kay, and how do I get involved in this pyramid scheme?
How do I get into LuLaRoe? For real. They've got good profit margins.
Just say Sutekh at the end and was like, if you subscribe now, you save 20%.
He's like, God, I gotta get the referral code.
Maybe the whole S triad was just a whole LuLaRoe campaign by Sutekh.
It's just a pyramid scheme. The pyramid scheme of Mars.
He's like, I've discovered pyramid schemes. This is way better than causing death on the universe.
God, we're so... I think that's canon. Yeah, I think that happened. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to add?
Please subscribe to save 20% on Mary Kay products.
And also subscribe to our channel.
Use the code.
Please subscribe to our channel first, and then you can go get involved and lose all your money.
Well, first, subscribe. Yes. 2, follow us on TikTok.
Timey-Wimey.talks.
Yeah, and we respond to comments. So comment, and we can have a conversation. We still need some haters, so you guys are also welcome.
So welcome.
There's a ton of flaws you could find on each of us.
Actually true.
So you could find
no, seriously, I feel like, okay, we're putting all this content out there, but we're wrong sometimes, for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, it was crazy. The whole last episode that we say, there was a lot of things where I'm like, we've never seen a god before. And then we've like, that's literally, there was 20,000 gods. Then we're like, oh yeah,
there's so much to remember here. There's so much, you guys. So it's like, please forgive us if we get something wrong or if we forget something. Because also we started watching back in like 2008 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
2008. So, no, I've watched sooner than that. Okay, when I was 8.
That's true. You showed me Doctor Who.
Did I?
You did. You showed me Attack on Titan. You showed me Doctor Who.
When I was 8, for Halloween, my dad was so cute. He made me a huge Dalek costume.
Yeah.
Built it himself.
Yeah.
So I could, just for me to be called R2D2 in every single house. I was R2D2. Look, there's R2D2. I'm like, not R2D2.
Like, I'm brown.
You uncultured swine.
R2D2's why is blue.
It's like,
What
God,
are you talking about?
you're wrong in each nerd
I actually
universe.
do. I have like this, you know how old memories, they're just like kind of snapshots.
Yeah.
Like I have this memory of me like walking down the stairs in a princess dress when I was like 4 years old, but I remember nothing else. But I remember you being like down the street in your Dalek costume, and it was just like I was like, is that a garbage can?
This also reminds me of
But you're a true fan. You're a true fan.
Dude,
for that.
I was out there in my little Dalek costume being like, exterminate, exterminate. And I had a little whisk. I had a little whisk and I had a toilet plunger. It was like, that I could go like this with. And I couldn't move. So my dad would follow me around and hold the basket. Mm-hmm. Good memories. Good memories. I love being R2D2.
I know. I love that.
It was funny when we were first starting this podcast. I was telling my friends, I was like, hey, Alyssa and I started a podcast. You should subscribe. And she's like, oh, yeah, you guys were doing it to, was it Dr. Phil? And I was like, what?
Yes, actually. No, because the series is getting outrageous, just like his show.
Dr.
When
Phil?
is the doctor going to go to Dr. Phil's ranch? When is he going to travel there?
Yeah,
huh?
because we know he needs therapy because he's been crying a lot.
Yes, travel back in time to the Cash Me Outside girl.
Cash Me Outside girl.
We said bye to Ruby. We say hello to Bad Baby.
No, because like Mrs. Flood at the end, and it was like, there's something even more terrible coming, and then it's just like,
Bad Baby.
It's just Cash Me Outside. How about that? And the doctor's like,
somebody make that edit, please.
I don't even know if they watch that in the UK.
I don't even know.
Because it's American.
I don't.
Do y'all watch Dr. Phil? Because
Maury, Dr. Phil. We could watch. Catfish. Watch our garbage TV, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm noticing there's a lot of like British fans out there of Doctor Who. There's a lot of American fans of Dr. Phil and Maury and reality TV. So what if we
have good reality TV shows? You have good TV shows.
Yeah, you guys have actually good writers. We just have outrageous people.
We just have crazy people so that we just watch their demise on TV.
I love it. It makes you feel better about your own life.
It does. Just watch reality American TV.
The government wants you to watch reality TV so you forget about all the problems.
Yeah, and that's what we've learned in Dot and Bubble.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah. Did you hear that they had the most trouble trying to figure out what to name the Dot and Bubble episode?
Did they really?
Yeah. Why? They had like 70 names for it.
What were
they just like could not.
What were the other ones?
It was like IRL was one of them.
No, lame.
In real life?
We're just off topic.
We're just not talking.
We're not talking about that.
Like the finale was irrelevant.
Good to know.
So we're gonna see.
So Mrs. Flood is one of the gods? Maybe she's the god of time.
Neither of us are right. So
the finale.
Let's just talk.
Let's talk about.
In the latest episode of Love Island UK.
Yeah, they mention it once in whichever episode.
You're like, since that was better and had more drama than this episode.
Good to know that Love Island exists in the Doctor Who universe. Honestly. So you still have garbage TV.
Anyways, thank you
for watching, you guys. Really, you sit through our minds just running.
Nonsense.
Not really saying anything of substance. But let us know how you felt about the finale. Were you also underwhelmed? Because
how did you feel?
I wanted more.
How do you feel about Ruby? What is your feelings about Ruby? Yeah. Would you like her to stay another season? Or would you like her to pass?
Yes.
Smash or pass?
Smash or pass.
I'm just kidding.
Smash that like button. Smash that Ruby Sunday. Let's get it going. subscribe to Timey-Wimey Talks.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Bye.
This is the worst one.
Alright,
This one's the scariest.
This one is the worst.
The scariest one I've seen so far is so scary.
Do you remember
Alyssa, my slave races?
Do you remember the you watched the Satan Pit and the Impossible, or did we rewatch those? I didn't rewatch. In the beginning, when the Ood are like serving them, and then it's like, we must feed, and then it's like it cuts to the theme, and then it's like, we must feed you if you are hungry. That was the funniest thing ever.
I know, and the Ood were crying. I remember they were crying and they wanted to sing their song, and then they all sang
they just
a
wanted
song.
to sing, bro.
I just want to fuck
Let the Oods do American Idol. Oodsphere Idol. God, I hate Sutekh for that. You can kill everyone else, but
Not the Ood.
Not the Ood.
I like how we all just care about the Ood sphere.
I bet you Russell
doctor's
Davies
like,
loves the Ood.
Oh
I
yeah,
bet you anything.
he's like the Ood.
God, I hate Once again, Rose didn't do anything. Kate's back! I don't care about anyone.
I didn't literally care about anyone
cared about
except
Kate.
And him.
Because he's fine. Oh, Colonel Shadozi!
Shadosi's back!
Yes! Carla. Grandma! Mrs. Flood!
Mrs. Flood, though.
Mrs. Flood is Susan. I think you're right. That clever boy. Clever boy. Clara says that. How could she? Honestly, how could she?
But that makes sense because this is 2024. Because Clara was also from like